I'd like to extend my greetings by saying to all of you, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the 8th reading of the Qur'an. Let us locate ourselves Surah 6. This is page 323 in our Abdullah Yusuf Ali Qur'ans. Commentary 80, Ayat 111. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على خاتم المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأجمعين. Commentary 80, page 323. Those in obstinate rebellion against Allah are merely deceived and deceive each other. Leave them alone, but trust and obey Allah openly and in the inmost recesses of your heart. The plots of the wicked are but plots against their own souls. Even if we did send unto them angels, and the dead did speak unto them, and we gathered together all things before their very eyes, they are not the ones to believe, unless it is in Allah's plan. But most of them ignore the truth. Likewise, do we make for every messenger an enemy, evil ones among men and jinns, inspiring each other with flowery discourses by way of deception. If thy Lord had so planned, they would not have done it. So leave them and their inventions alone. To such deceit, let the hearts of those inclined who have no faith in the hereafter. Let them delight in it. Let them earn from it what they may. Say, shall I seek for judge other than Allah? When it is He who has sent unto you the book explaining the details. They know full well to whom we have given the book, that it has been sent down from thy Lord in truth. Never be then of those who doubt. The word of thy Lord doth find its fulfillment in truth and in justice. None can change His word, for He is the one who heareth and knoweth all. Without the follow the common run of those on earth, they will lead thee away from the way of Allah. They follow nothing but conjecture, they do nothing but lie. Thy Lord knoweth best who strayeth from His way. He knoweth best who they are that receive His guidance. So eat of the meats on which Allah's name has been pronounced, if ye have faith in His signs. Why should you not eat of the meats on which Allah's name has been pronounced, when He has explained to you in details what is forbidden to you, except under compulsion of necessity? But many do mislead men by their appetites unchecked by knowledge. Thy Lord knoweth best those who transgress. Eschew all sin, open or secret. Those who earn sin will get due recompense for their earnings. Eat not of the meats on which Allah's name has not been pronounced. That would be impiety. For the evil ones ever inspire their friends to contend with you. If ye were to obey them, ye would indeed be pagans. Can he who is dead, to whom we gave life, and a light whereby he can walk amongst men, be like him who is in the depths of darkness from which he can never come out? Thus, to those without faith, their own deeds seem pleasing. Thus have we placed leaders in every town, its wicked men to plot and burrow therein. But they only plot against their own souls, and they perceive it not. When there come to them a sign from Allah, they say, we shall not believe until we receive one exactly like those received by Allah's apostles. Allah knoweth best where and how to carry out His mission. Soon will the wicked be overtaken by humiliation before Allah, and a severe punishment for all their plots. Those whom Allah in His plan willeth to guide, He openeth their breasts to Islam. Those whom He willeth to leave straying, He maketh their breasts closed and constricted, as if they had to climb up to the skies. Thus does Allah heap the penalty on those who refuse to believe. This is the way of thy Lord, leading straight. We have detailed the signs for those who receive admonition. For them will be a home of peace in the presence of their Lord. He will be their friend because they practice righteousness. One day will He gather them all together and say, O ye assembly of jinns, much toil did you take of men. Their friends amongst men will say, Our Lord, we made profit from each other. But alas, we reached our term which thou disappoint for us. He will say, the fire be your dwelling place. You will dwell therein forever, except as Allah willeth. For thy Lord is full of wisdom and knowledge. Thus do we make the wrongdoers turn to each other because of what they earn. Commentary 81. Allah punishes not mere shortcomings. There are degrees in good and evil deeds. Allah is merciful, but His plan is sure, and none can stand in its way. We must avoid all superstitions and all excess, and humbly ask for his guidance. O ye assembly of jinns and men, came there not unto you apostles from amongst you, setting forth unto you signs and warning you of the meeting of this day of yours? They would say, we bear witness against ourselves. It was the life of this world that deceived them. So against themselves will they bear witness that they rejected faith. The apostles were sent thus, for thy Lord would not destroy for their wrongdoings men's habitations, while their occupants were unaware. To all are degrees or ranks according to their deeds. For thy Lord is not unmindful of anything that they do. Thy Lord is self-sufficient, full of mercy. If it were his will, he could destroy you, and in your place appoint whom he will as your successor, even as he raised you up from the posterity of other people. All that has been promised unto you will come to pass, nor can you frustrate it in the least bit. Say, O my people, do whatever you can. I will do my part. Soon will you know who it is whose end will be best in the hereafter. Certain it is that the wrongdoers will not prosper. Out of what Allah has produced in abundance in tilth and in cattle, they assign them a share, they say, according to their fancies. This is for Allah, and this is for our partners. But the share of their partners reaches not Allah, while the share of Allah reaches their partners. Evil and unjust is their assignment. But even so, in the eyes of most of the pagans, their partners made alluring the slaughter of their children in order to lead them to their own destruction and cause confusion in their religion. If Allah will, they would not have done so, but leave alone them in their inventions. And they say that such and such cattle or crops are taboo, and none should eat of them except those whom, so they say, we wish. Further, they are cattle forbidden to yoke or burden, and cattle on which at slaughter the name of Allah is not pronounced. Inventions against Allah's name. Soon will he requite them for their inventions. And they say, what is in the wombs of such and such cattle, especially reserved for food for our men and forbidden to our women? But if it is stillborn, then all have shares therein. For their false attribution of superstition to Allah, he will soon punish them, for he is full of wisdom and knowledge. Lost are those who slay their children for folly without knowledge, and forbid food which Allah has provided for them, and many lies against Allah. They have indeed gone astray and heeded no guidance. It is he who produces gardens with trellises and without them, dates and tilth with produce of all kinds, and olives and pomegranates, similar in kind and different in variety. Eat of the fruit in their season, but render the due that are proper on the day that the harvest is gathered. But waste not by excess, for Allah loveth not the wasters. Of the cattle are some for burden and some for meat. Eat what Allah has provided for you, and follow not the footsteps of Shaitan, for he is to you an avowed enemy. Take 8 head of cattle and 4 pairs, of sheep a pair, and of a goat a pair. Say, that he forbidden the 2 males or the 2 females, or the young which the wombs of the 2 females enclose. Tell me with knowledge if you're truthful. Of camels a pair and of oxen a pair. Say, has he forbidden the 2 males or the 2 females, or the young which the wombs of the 2 females enclose? Were you present when Allah ordered you such a thing? But who does more wrong than one who invents a lie against Allah, to lead astray men without knowledge? For Allah guides not people who do wrong. Say, I find not in the message received by me by inspiration any meat forbidden to be eaten by one who wishes to eat it, unless it be dead meat, or blood poured forth, or the flesh of swine, for it is an abomination, or what is impious meat, on which a name has been invoked other than Allah's. But even so, if a person is forced by necessity without willful disobedience, nor transgressing due limits, thy Lord is all forgiving, most merciful. For those who follow the Jewish law, we forbade every animal with undivided hoof, and we forbade them that the fat of the ox and the sheep except what adheres to their backs, or their entrails, or is mixed up with a bone. This is the recompense for their willful disobedience, for we are true in our ordinances. If they accuse thee of falsehood, say, your Lord is full of mercy, all-embracing, but from people in guilt, never will his wrath be turned back. Those who give partners to Allah will say, if Allah had wished, we should not have given partners to him, nor would our fathers, nor should we have had any taboos. So did their ancestors argue falsely until they tasted of our wrath. Say, have ye any certain knowledge? If so, produce it before us. Ye follow nothing but conjecture, you don't do nothing but lie. Say, With Allah is the argument that reaches home. If it had been His will, He could have indeed have guided you all. Say, bring forward your witnesses to prove that Allah is forbid so and so. If they bring such witnesses, be not thou among them, nor follow thou the vain desires of such as treat our signs as falsehood, and such as believe not in the hereafter. For they hold others as equal with their guardian Lord. Commentary 82. Allah's commands are not irrational taboos, but based on the moral law and conformable to reason. His way is the straight way of justice and truth. In unity and faith must we dedicate all our life to His service, and His alone, to whom we shall return. Say, come, I will rehearse what Allah really prohibits you from. Join not anything as equal with Him. Be good to your parents. Kill not your children on a plea of want. We provide sustenance for you and for them. Come not nigh to shameful deeds, whether open or secret. Take not life which Allah hath made sacred except by way of justice and law. Thus doth He command you that ye may learn wisdom. And come not nigh to the orphan's property except to improve it, until he attains the age of full strength. Give measure and weight with full justice. No burden do we place on any soul but that which it can bear. And whenever you speak, speak justly, even if a near relative is concerned, and fulfill the covenant of Allah. Thus doth He command you that ye may remember. Verily, this is my way, leading straight. Follow it. Follow not other paths. They will scatter you about from His great path. Thus doth He command you that ye may be righteous. Moreover, we gave Moses the book, completing our favor to those who do right and explaining all things in detail, and a guide and a mercy, that they might believe in the meeting with their Lord. And this is a book which we have revealed as a blessing. So follow it and be righteous, that ye may receive mercy. As you should say, the book was sent down to two peoples before us, and for our part, we remain unacquainted with all that they learned by assiduous study. Or as you should say, if the book had only been sent down to us, we should have followed its guidance better than they. Now then have come unto you a clear sign from your Lord, and a guide and a mercy. Then who could do more wrong than one who rejected Allah's signs, and turneth away therefrom? In good times shall we requite those who turn away from our signs, with a dreadful penalty for their turning away. Are they waiting to see if the angels come to them, or thy Lord Himself, or certain of the signs of thy Lord? The day that certain of the signs of thy Lord do come, no good will it do to a soul to believe in them then, if it believe not before nor earn righteousness through its faith. Say, wait ye, we too are waiting. And as for those who divide their religion and break up into sects, thou hast no part of them in the least. Their affairs is with Allah. He will in the end tell them the truth of all that they did. He that doeth good shall have 10 times as much as to his credit. He that doeth evil shall only be recompensed according to his evil. No wrong shall be done unto any of them. Say, verily, my Lord hath guided me to a way that is straight, a religion of right, the path trod by Ibrahim the true in faith, and he certainly joined not gods with Allah. Say, truly, my prayer and my service of sacrifice, my life and my death are all for Allah, the cherisher of the worlds. No partners hath He. This am I commanded, and I am the first of those who bow to His will. Say, shall I seek for my cherisher other than Allah when He is the cherisher of all things that exist? Every soul draws the meed of its acts on none but itself. No bearer of burdens can bear the burden of another. Your goal in the end is towards Allah. He will tell you the truth of the thing wherein you dispute it. It is He who has made you its agents, inheritors of the earth. He has raised you in rank, some above others, that He may try you in the gifts He has given you. For thy Lord is quick in punishment, yet He is indeed oft-forgiving, most merciful. Our introduction is Surah Al-Araf, or the Heights. Commentary 83. Revelation should ease the difficulties of heart and mind, for it tells the story of man's spiritual past and teaches the end of good and evil. Iblis fell from jealousy and arrogance, and Adam fell because he listened to his deceit. But Allah did grant in His mercy gifts and guidance to men, warned them against excess, and taught them moderation and justice. Araf, or the heights, in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Alif, Lam, Mim, Sod. A book revealed unto thee. So let thy heart be oppressed no more by any difficulty, on that account, that with it thou mightest warn the erring and teach the believers. Follow, O men, the revelation given to you from your Lord. Follow not its friends or protectors other than Him. Though it is you remember of admonition. Now how many towns have we destroyed for their sins? Our punishment took them on a sudden by night, and while they slept for the afternoon rest. When thus our punishment took them, no cry did they utter but this, indeed we did wrong. Then shall we question those to whom our message was sent and those by whom we sent it. And verily we shall recount their whole story with knowledge, for we were never absent at any time or place. The balance that day will be true to a necessity. Those whose scale of good will be heavy will prosper. Those whose scale will be light will find their souls in perdition, for that they wrongfully treated our signs. It is we who have placed you with authority on earth, and provided you therein with means for the fulfillment of your life. Small are the thanks that you give. It is we who created you and gave you shape. Then we bade the angels bow down to Adam, and they bowed down. Not so Iblis. He refused to be of those who bowed down. Allah said, what prevented thee from bowing down when I commanded thee? He said, I'm better than he. Thou didst create me from fire and him from clay. Allah said, get thee down from this. It is not for thee to be arrogant here. Get out, for thou art of the meanest of creatures. He said, give me respite till the day they are raised up. Allah said, be thou among those who have respite. He said, because thou hast thrown me out of the way, lo, I will lie in wait for them on thy straight way. Then will I assault them from before them and behind them, from their right and their left, nor wilt thou find in most of them gratitude for thy mercies. Allah says, get out from this, disgraced and expelled. And if any of them follow thee, hell will I fill with you all. O Adam, dwell thou and thy wife in the garden and enjoy its good things as you wish. But approach not this tree, or ye run into harm and transgression. Then began Shaitan to whisper suggestions to them, bringing openly before their minds all their shame that was hidden from them before. He said, your Lord only forbade you this tree, lest ye should become angels or such beings as live forever. And he swore to them both that he was their sincere advisor. So by deceit he brought about their fall. When they tasted of the tree, their shame became manifest to them, and they began to sew together the leaves of the garden over their bodies. And their Lord called unto them, did I not forbid you that tree, and tell you that Shaitan was an avowed enemy unto you? They said, O our Lord, we have wronged our own souls. If thou forgive us not, and bestow not upon us thy mercy, we shall certainly be lost. Allah said, get ye down with enmity between yourselves on earth will be your dwelling place, and your means of life be lived for a time. He said, therein shall you live, and therein shall you die. But from it shall ye be taken out at last. O ye children of Adam, we have bestowed raiment upon you to cover your shame, as well as to be an adornment to you. For the raiment of righteousness, that's best. Such are among the signs of Allah, that they may receive admonition. O ye children of Adam, let not Satan seduce you in the same manner as he got your parents out of the garden, stripping them of their raiment to expose their shame. For he and his tribe watch you from a position where you cannot see them. We made the evil ones friends only to those without faith. When they do aught that is shameful, they say, we found our fathers doing so, and Allah commanded us thus. Say, nay, Allah never commands what is shameful. Do you say of Allah what you know not? Say, my Lord has commanded justice, and that ye set your whole selves to him at every time in place of prayer, and call upon him, making your devotion sincere as in his sight. Such as he created you in the beginning, so shall you return. Some he hath guided, others have by their choice deserved the loss of their way, and that they took the evil ones in preference to Allah for their friends and protectors and think that they received guidance. O children of Adam, wear your beautiful apparel at every time and place of prayer. Eat and drink, but waste not by excess, for Allah loveth not wasters. Commentary 84, Surah 7, Ayat 32. Allah has forbidden the things that are evil, not those that are good, but these were created for man's enjoyment. The transgressors are those who reject Allah's signs. They will have no share in the bliss of the hereafter, but the righteous will dwell in peace, and the hope that was promised will be theirs. Say, who hath forbidden the beautiful gifts of Allah which he hath produced for his servants, and the things clean and pure which he hath provided for sustenance? Say, they are in the light of this world for those who believe, and purely for them on the day of judgment. Thus do we explain the signs in detail for those who understand. Say, the things that my Lord hath indeed forbidden are shameful deeds, whether open or secret, sins and trespasses against truth or reason, assigning of partners to Allah for which he hath given no authority, and saying things about Allah of which you have no knowledge. To every people is a term appointed. When their term is reached, not an hour can they cause delay, nor an hour can they advance it in anticipation. O ye children of Adam, whenever there come to you apostles from amongst you, heresy might signs unto you. Those who are righteous and mend their lives, on them shall be no fear, nor shall they grieve. But those who reject our signs and treat them with arrogance, they are companions of the fire to dwell therein forever. Who is more unjust than one who invents a lie against Allah and rejects his signs? For such, their portion appointed must reach them from the book of decrees, until when our messengers of death arrive and take their souls, they say, where are the things that you used to invoke besides Allah? They will reply, they have left us in the lurch, and they will bear witness against themselves that they have rejected Allah. He will say, enter ye in the company of the peoples who passed away before you, men and gents, into the fire. Every time a new people enters, it curses its sister people that went before, until they follow each other, all into the fire. Say the last about the first, our Lord, it is these that misled us, so give them a double penalty in the fire. He will say, double for all, but this you do not understand. Then the first will say to the last, see then, no advantage have you over us, so taste ye of the penalty for all that ye did. To those who reject our signs and treat them with arrogance, no opening will there be of the gates of heaven, nor will they enter the garden until the camel can pass through the eye of a needle. Such is our reward for those in sin. For them there is hell, as a couch below, and folds of covering above. Such is our requital of those who do wrong. For those who believe and work righteousness, no burden do we place on any soul but that which it can bear. They will be companions of the garden therein to dwell forever. And we shall remove from their hearts any lurking sense of intrigue. Beneath them will be rivers flowing, and they shall say, praise be to Allah, who has guided us to this felicity. Never could we have found guidance had it not been for the guidance of Allah. Indeed, it was the truth of the apostles for the Lord brought unto us. And they shall hear the cry, behold, the garden before you. You have been made its inheritance for your deeds of righteousness. And the companions of the garden will call out to the companions of the fire, we have indeed found the promise of our Lord to us true. Have you also found your Lord's promise true? They shall say, yes. But a crier shall proclaim between them, the curse of Allah is on the wrongdoers. Those who would hinder men from the path of Allah, and who seek in it something crooked. They were those who denied the hereafter. Between them shall be a veil on the heights, will be men who would know everyone by his mark. They will call out to the companions of the gardens, peace on you. They will not have entered, but they will have an assurance thereof. When their eyes shall be turned toward the companions of the fire, they will say, our Lord, send us not to the company of the wrongdoers. The men on height will call to certain men whom they will know from their mark, saying, a prophet to you were your hordes and your arrogant ways. Behold, are these not the men whom you swore that Allah with his mercy would never bless? Enter ye the garden. No fear shall be on you, nor shall you grieve. The companions of the fire will call out to the companions of the garden, pour down to us water or anything that Allah does provide for your sustenance. They will say, both. Things have Allah forbidden to those who rejected him. such as took their religion to be mere amusement and play, and were deceived by the life of the world. That day shall we forget them as they forgot the meeting of this day of theirs, and as they were wont to reject our signs. For we certainly sent unto them a book based on knowledge, which we explained in detail, a guide and a mercy to all who believe. Do they just wait for the final just fulfillment of the event? When the day of the event is finally fulfilled, those who disregarded it before will say, the apostle of our Lord did indeed bring truth, tidings. Have we no intercessors now to intercede on our behalf? Or could we be sent back? Then should we behave differently from our behavior in the past? In fact, they will have lost their souls, and the things they've invented will leave them in the lurch. Your guardian Lord is Allah, who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, and is firmly established on the throne of authority. He draws the night as a veil on the day, each seeking the other in rapid succession. He created the sun, the moon, and the stars, all governed by laws under his command. Is it not his to create and to govern? Blessed be Allah, the cherisher and sustainer of the worlds. Call on your Lord with humility and in private, for Allah loveth not those who trespass beyond bounds. Do no mischief on earth after it has been set in order, but call on him with fear and longing in your hearts. For the mercy of Allah is always near to those who do good. It is he who sendeth the winds like heralds of glad tidings going before his mercy. When they have carried the heavy laden clouds, we drive them to a land that is dead, make rain to descend thereon, and produce every kind of harvest therewith. Thus shall we raise up the dead, perchance you may remember. From the land that is clean and good, by the will of his cherisher springs up produce rich after its kind. But from the land that is bad springs up nothing but that which is niggardly. Thus do we explain the signs by various symbols to those who are grateful. Commentary 85, Surah 7, Ayat 59. Noah's warning was rejected by his generation, and they were destroyed in the flood. Hud was defied by his own people, Ad, but they were swept away by a terrible blast. Their successors, the Thamud, were puffed up with pride and injustice, but behold, an earthquake buried them for their sins, after Salih had warned them from Allah. With a rain of brimstone and fire were overwhelmed the cities of the plain for their unexampled lust, against which Lut did warn them. The people of Midian were given to mischief and fraud. Shuaib did warn them, but they heeded not, and perished in the earthquake. Allah's punishment is sure for wickedness and sin. We sent Noah to his people. He said, O my people, worship Allah. You have no other God but him. I fear for you the punishment of a dreadful day. The leaders of his people said, we see thee evidently wandering in mind. He said, O my people, no wandering is there in my mind. On the contrary, I am an apostle from the Lord and cherisher of the worlds. I but fulfill towards you the duties of my Lord's mission. Sincere is my advice to you, and I know from Allah something that you know not. Do you wonder that there have come to you a message from your Lord through a man of your own people to warn you, so that you may fear Allah and happily receive his mercy? But they rejected him, and we delivered him and those with him in the ark. But we overwhelmed in the flood those who rejected our signs. They were indeed a blind people. To the odd people we sent Hud, one of their own brethren. He said, O my people, worship Allah. You have no other God but him. Will you not fear Allah? The leaders of the unbelievers among his people said, we see thou art an imbecile. We think thou art a liar. He said, O my people, I am not imbecile, but I am an apostle from the Lord and cherisher of the world. I but fulfill towards you the duties of my Lord's mission. I am to you a sincere and trustworthy advisor. Do you wonder that there has come to you a message from your Lord through a man of your own people to warn you? Call in remembrance that he made you inheritors after the people of Noah, gave you a stature tall among the nations. Call in remembrance the benefits you have received from Allah, that so you may prosper. They said, comest thou to us, that we may worship Allah alone and give up the cult of our fathers? Bring us what thou threatenest us with, if so be that thou tellest the truth. He said, punishment and wrath have already come upon you from your Lord. Dispute ye with me over names which ye have devised, ye and your fathers, without authority from Allah? Then wait, I am amongst you also waiting. We saved him and those who adhered to him by our mercy, and we cut off the roots of those who rejected our signs and did not believe. To the Thamud people we sent Saleh, one of their own brethren. He said, O my people, worship Allah. You have no other God but him. Now hath come unto you a clear sign from your Lord. This she-camel of Allah is a sign unto you. So leave her to graze in Allah's earth, and let her come to no harm, or you shall be seized with a grievous punishment. And remember how he made you inheritors after the odd people, and gave you habitation in the land? You build for yourself palaces and castles and open plains, and carve out homes in the mountains. So bring to the remembrance the benefits you received from Allah, and refrain from evil and mischief on the earth. The leaders of the Aryan party among his people said to those who were reckoned powerless, those among them who believed, know you indeed that Salih is an apostle from his Lord. They said, we do indeed believe in the revelation which has been sent through him. The arrogant party said, for our part, we reject what we believe in. Then they hamstrung the she-camel and insolently defied the order of their Lord, saying, O Salih, bring about thy threat, as thou art an apostle of Allah. So the earthquake took them unawares, and they lay prostrate in their homes in the morning. So Salih left them, saying, O my people, I did indeed convey to you the message for which I was sent by my Lord. I gave you good counsel, but ye love not good counselors. We also sent Lut. He said to his people, do you commit lewdness such as no people in creation ever committed before you? For you practice your lust on men in preference to women? Ye are indeed a people transgressing beyond bounds. And his people gave no answer but this. They said, drive them out of your city. These are indeed men who want to be clean and pure. But we saved him and his family, except his wife. She was of those who lagged behind. And we rained down on them a shower of brimstone. Then see what was the end of those who indulged in sin and crime. To the Madyan people we sent Shuaib, one of their own brethren. He said, O my people, worship Allah. You have no other God but him. Now hath come unto you a clear sign from your Lord. Give just measure and weight. Nor withhold from the people the things that are their due. And do no mischief on the earth after it has been set in order. That will be best for you if you have faith. And squat not on every road breathing threats, hindering from the path of Allah those who believe in him and seeking it as something crooked. But remember how ye were little and he gave you increase? And hold in your mind's eye what was the end of those who did mischief. And if there is a party among you who believes in the message with which I've been sent, and a party which does not believe, hold yourselves in patience until Allah doth decide between us. For he is the best to decide. Alhamdulillah. That was a quick reading today. May Allah make it easy for all of us. And we completed, brothers and sisters, the 8th reading of the Qur'an and the 7th day of the fast. Alhamdulillah. May Allah make it easy. Those of you who wish to give online, especially, go to $FirstCleveland, that's Cash App. Go to FirstClevelandMosque.org, that's PayPal. Go to FirstClevelandMosque at 131@gmail.com, that's Zelle. And of course, you can write a check out 3613 East 131st Street, Cleveland, Ohio 44120, and you can give there. So that'll be fine. We welcome everyone. Those of you who are out and you see the subscription, those of you online, you see the subscription, push that subscription button and subscribe to First Cleveland Mosque, and so we can get you as a subscriber at the mosque. We will break in our fast, 7:36, somewhere around there. At 7:36. So we will be breaking our fast at 7:36. So inshallah, let's be mindful of that. And may Allah make it easy for everybody, inshallah. Tomorrow, the reading will again be, it will start at 6:55. 6:55, the reading will start at the same time tomorrow, inshallah. A reminder that there will be a huge iftar on Thursday this week coming, and on Friday this week coming, inshallah. So we look forward to seeing all of you there. I remind people who are here to do not bring somebody with you, inshallah. The next time you come, bring them with you so they can come to the reading, inshallah. Without that being said, we're going to dismiss. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal asr. Innal insana lafi khusr. Illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihati wa tawassaw bil haqq wa tawassaw bis sabr. Assalamu alaikum.